Coach, you've talked about your philosophy on offense. You like to play fast. You see the game fast. What is going to be your defensive strategy? I'm sure the fans would like to know.
Well, that's a really interesting question for me right now because I think the thing that stands out so far with our team is that we have a lot of guys that are sort of the same size. We're 6'4" to 6'8", and I think that offensively that will allow for quite a bit of flexibility, but defensively that will allow for a lot of flexibility, probably allow us to do some things that I haven't done a lot of in the past, whether it be switching screens or pressing a little bit more. But I'm excited about what that sort of means and brings to us from a defensive standpoint, and so it'll be man-to-man. It'll be aggressive. I always thought Jamie's teams were terrific man-to-man defensive teams. We'll try to continue with that and see if we can maybe even build on it, stretch the floor out a little bit, maybe switch a few more screens and be disruptive to the other team's offense.
We talked about the 3 signees that recommitted to you. What do you look for in a recruit?
Well, you obviously start with a guy has to have a talent base that's ACC, level. But after that, things like what kind of teammate is he? How does he interact with his coaches? How coachable is he? What kind of level of accountability is he used to? Is he a servant-minded thinker, which means he's going to be unselfish? Does he have an integrity about him that will allow me to have a successful relationship with him? Because trust at the end of the day is the most important thing in my life. If I can't trust a player, if I can't trust a person, I cannot have a meaningful relationship with them. And that's one of the first things they get told in the recruiting process, and it's one of the first things they're told when they get on campus. So we're trying to identify all of those core value type things that we have in our program, in addition to the talent level. And then ultimately, obviously, it goes maybe without saying, but I want guys that can graduate from the University of Pittsburgh. And I'm very fortunate, I'm very proud to say that in 17 years at Vanderbilt, I never had a senior that didn't graduate. So anybody that played basketball there as a senior got their degree. I want that to be the same way at Pittsburgh, no matter how long I'm here.
You've only been here a short time in Pittsburgh. Any first impressions of this city and this campus?
Not many, because I drive back and forth to the hotel, and I told somebody a little while ago that I ventured down to the Panera on Forbes, and I thought I was downtown, but they told me I was actually still on campus. So I don't really have any sense of where I'm at, but I'm excited about being here. I can't wait to get to PNC Park and watch the Pirates play, but that's going to have to wait a little bit.
Talking about the Pirates, your son Jacob is on the AAA affiliate for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Are you going to try to get to any games? Because he is in driving distance for most of the schedule.
Some of his schedule. I actually hurt my ability to watch him play this summer by taking this job, because Nashville's about 4 hours from Indianapolis, and then they play in Louisville, which is only 2.5 hours, and they play in Atlanta, which is 3.5 hours. But it's one of the great joys of my life is the journey that he's on to try to be a professional athlete, and so I'll be at as many games as I can be. It won't be as many if I was beginning my 18th year at Vanderbilt, but because I have a lot of things to do here, and it doesn't feel like a whole lot of time to do them in. But I'll get to as many of Jacob's games as I can, and he and I are pretty tight, so I need to see him play some.
You mentioned even in your press conference, family first. How excited are you to get your family here, your 2 daughters, and Jacob isn't too far away, it seems.
Well, we're a tight family, and that is the greatest blessing in my life is a wife of almost 33 years, and we dated as college students, and 3 wonderful children, a beautiful, fantastic daughter-in-law. So we've grown from 5 to 6 now, and you can throw in some dogs in there too, but they're back home doing what they have to do to get ready for the move, and my daughter's finishing her freshman year in high school and all of that. So it's kind of a process where we're really apart right now, and none of us like to be apart. We always like to be together, but it's a necessary part of it. So I'll get back and forth on the weekends as much as I can, but I need them. That's a real essential part of me.